But yeah, how am I doing? I cried for the first time in 2 years today. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I would love to dig in on this. Let's put this boy in a spin cycle.
You can't treat a cold if you can't remember the Alamo.
Because literally, babies are incapable of not being evil.
Well, welcome back to the podcast, everybody. By popular demand, we brought back our great friend Jake. Jake, how you doing?
Honestly, dude, I'm riding high after the last podcast. It's been a couple weeks, and I had 3 separate feedback encounters from you guys, and that's just really changed my life. So I'm here for another round.
Dude, absolutely. The Fellas Army is clamoring for more Jake.
Popular guest, the man of the people.
You know, it's hard to go up there, especially like last week. Hamza coming on. It's a lot to follow in the steps again for follow up.
Right. Sure, whatever, dude. You're Jake. You can say whatever the hell you want, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate
The people love
Jake.
What do you guys
I'm
about to do,
here
though?
just for what Jake says. Steve wouldn't be enough to get me here on my own.
You guys transcribe it, right? So we can like translate it into different languages
Yeah, of
and
course.
send it around the world.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Start a movement.
Well, the problem
We
is,
also have a sign language guy.
full disclosure, I've been using the YouTube auto caption to transcribe and then translate all of ours. So both YouTube, because of the transcribe, and Google, because of the translate, have a full algorithm log of everything we've said, in writing and in audio. So,
Yeah. The thing
Alright.
is, once you
Hard.
put it to any other language, it's completely unintelligible, so...
Mm-hmm.
we are meta-doxed, though. All of our
Yeah. thoughts,
contents, and deepest sensual fears are out on the internet.
Owned by
Exactly.
Google now. Dang.
But yeah, how am I doing?
How are you
I
doing?
cried for the first time in 2 years today. That was pretty cool.
Can we explore
Not
that?
the fire I expected you to come to the pod with.
Let's unpack
Yeah,
that.
no.
He is a
Yeah, for
waterbender.
sure. So, my mom this morning sent me kind of a poem that my great-grandpa wrote, just about things he likes. And I've never met the guy, but it was so lovely and thoughtful, and I cried for a half hour at like 10 a.m.
Wow, on a weekday. What a...
Early
Yeah.
morning cry. Mid-work
What a
day.
story.
Yeah. I like went to the DMV at like 8 a.m. today, came back home, started working, and got this text, read it, and just kind of cried for a while. It felt
Makes
good.
a little bit of sense because I feel like you might have had some pent-up tears from the DMV, and that was just kind of your outlet
Yeah,
for it.
right.
Yeah, would have
I
made more
will see-
sense if you worked for a little while, cried, and then got the text.
Yeah, no, not,
It was just
not the
coincidence you got this poem today.
case. Yeah, completely. And what's funny, now that I think about it, is the last time I cried was also documented on this podcast after watching Coco.
Yeah, this is,
So,
again,
yeah.
Google's got all of your deepest, most sensual fears.
Exactly.
Maybe
Well, I
sensitive
give
was the
them-
word I was looking for, but...
Yeah, all
We'll
the
roll with it.
sensual fears.
You're Zane Cook. You can say whatever you want, and it makes sense.
Yeah. But
mixing
yeah,
up
it
shit
was,
in the kitchen.
I will say crying feels good unless you do it for too long, and then it gives me a headache. So, you take the good with the bad.
Fun
fair.
fact, there's a reason for that, and I learned it last semester, and I can't tell you now.
Because it's a
Ooh.
secret.
No, because I don't remember it now.
He swore an oath to the Doctor Society.
The physiology
not to let
loop
anybody know.
around from, like, why crying does that. I'm
I mean,
Isn't it like sinus
95%
pressure?
sure it's just because you're dilating basically everything that brings fluid, like, up. Including
Yeah, I'm sure
veins,
it's all-
and that dilated veins is, like, headache,
yeah.
equal
I
sign.
cried a lot. I might have been dehydrated from it. That's
Oh,
very
wow.
possible.
We're talking like gallons of tears. Like, was there a puddle
Yeah,
on the
dude.
floor under you?
He
How did
couldn't
you
even
clean that up?
finish later. He had no water. He had no moisture left to shoot.
Dude, I had 2 fire hoses for tear ducts. It was traumatic, I'll say that. It was a very beautiful poem.
So, I mean, I feel like we see that a lot in cartoons and stuff, but they never show you the actual cleanup process. So, as a
Right.
real life fire hydrant's coming out of your eyes, what was the cleanup like for the crying? Couple
Lots of
towels, like
Yeah, definitely a lot of towels. I ended up, the way I did it was, so there's someone living the floor below me, so I just kind of like drilled a hole in the floor and let it kind of drain through that, and now it's kind of their problem.
Clean
That's
it
smart.
up.
not my floor, not my
Yeah.
problem.
Exactly. So the floor was still pretty wet and salty afterwards, but that's a lot better than 3 inches of water lining your whole apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a trade-off, but one I was happy to make.
I'm sure they were happy down for the rain too, you know?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, it's just been so dry lately, you know what I mean? I thought, two birds with this one.
Just they can grow plentiful crops this year in their apartment living room downstairs. Maybe they'll even bring some up. Thank you so much for the water, Steve. Here are some cucumbers that we grew with your water.
Yeah,
thank you.
Exactly. Some mold in the carpets. It's like a whole little circle of life.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
I feel like I'm back in freshman year playing Donkey Kong as a stage hazard because I couldn't compete with everyone playing Smash Melee as you two had that conversation, and I tried 6 times unsuccessfully to slide in a joke, comment, or addendum, every one of which was ignored and plowed through.
Do you have the list of them so we can circle back now?
Yeah.
It's a podcast, bro. Do it on your own time.
All right, boys. Well, I have come with a bit of a game for us today.
I do like games.
It's there are no winners or losers in this game. Only interesting questions and answers. So if you'll allow me to share my screen.
Are all of the questions and answers interesting?
It's not really well, it's kind of questions, but it's kind of the same question every time.
Okay,
now I have no idea what we're playing.
Do we need a stretch before this game? Should we do some calisthenics, something to get the blood flowing of any kind?
You're gonna want to stretch your mind and your creativity.
To our roots, incredible.
Because speaking of Incredibles, plural, we will be doing an alignment chart for Pixar characters.
Okay.
Pixar alignment, I like to call it. Or alignment Pix chart. I didn't think of a title because I was too lazy, but an alignment chart for Disney Pixar characters.
By the end of the episode, we'll have a great title for it, I'm sure.
Okay, perfect, yeah.
I think you should just cram together all of those words again, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Eventually, if we just keep throwing shit at the wall, something will stick. But for the fans at home who don't know what an alignment chart is, or maybe just aren't watching the video, in a very favorite game of ours, Dungeons & Dragons, your character's morality can generally be plotted into one of 9 categories, split up by 2 dimensions, whether they are lawful or chaotic, or somewhere in the middle, meaning they generally follow rules or they don't follow rules, and then whether they are good, evil, or neutral. So this leads to 9 different moralities ranging from lawful good to chaotic evil. And what we're going to do is place different Disney Pixar characters into these different moral alignments. Are there any questions from the peanut gallery?
I am ready.
I am so hyped for this. You're going to have to call the characters, though, because I'm recording on my phone, so...
teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Okay. First character I got on the docket, classic, original, maybe the first Pixar character ever committed to the silver screen, Woody from Toy Story. What do we think? Where is he landing?
Easy, lawful good, right?
I don't know.
No?
He causes a little bit of ruckus. He causes a bit of ruckus.
He terrorizes a neighborhood child and also tries to get Buzz kicked out. He tries to make everyone not like him when Buzz is just there kind of being a dude, being himself and being charismatic and popular.
Steve came to fight today.
That's fair, yeah. Steve has answers for all of these.
He did his homework. Notes. I haven't done mine.
Well, because he didn't tell us what the game was until 30
Yeah,
seconds.
I made sure to keep you guys in the dark because I want this to be my alignment chart.
He needed to pick me up after the crying earlier today. You know?
Exactly.
He needed a win under his belt.
I felt very vulnerable earlier, and now I need to exert power over something.
And it's gonna be a Woody.
So I don't know if I would necessarily say lawful good.
Okay, I think...
He's literally a lawman.
A narrative, though, of...
I see a badge.
Yes. But it's like his journey throughout is he starts off as the lawful good. He cares about all the other toys, and he follows the rules. Everyone, hide where you were. Don't let Andy know you're a toy or whatever.
Right.
Buzz comes in, shakes up his world, makes him question his alignment. But where does he end up at the end of Toy Story 1, during Toy Story 2, and Toy Story 3? And I hear there's a fourth one out now. But he ends up in the same role of caring about all his other toys, being for the general good, the populace of everyone, being selfless, which is like what the good-evil scale is supposed to actually measure. And he definitely sticks to the rules.
I'm going to say I think he's going to be a lawful neutral. I think he's a big guy for rules, but I think he can be a bit self-serving.
I will not deny you that he could be self-serving.
Yeah, that does ring true, I'll be honest.
Okay.
But it's all about friendship for him. It isn't friendship the goodest.
I think the self-serving aspect is the part where he's doubting himself. It's the part of his journey where he's not sure of his true self.
And
he finds himself at the end and ends up back as a lawful good.
That's what I was going to say. We do have to consider character evolution in this. Like, is this like the mode, the mean, or the most recent sum of their goodness that we're considering? Is this like what they most commonly are throughout their movie or series? Is it just the original movie? Is it the average goodness? Or is it where they end up or start or what? Give me some ground rules.
I think it's everything that he's ever done compiled and weighed.
So, mean, average.
Sure.
That's what you're looking for,
And
right?
he is mean.
He's
and
not
he is
mean.
You're right, Zane. No, Zane brings up a valid point. He's very mean, and that's how we should judge him.
Ooh, if we gotta average it all up, yeah, it's lawful neutral if we're averaging the whole sum.
All right. It sounds like we got 2 votes. Jake, thanks for coming on the podcast, but you've been eliminated.
I concede on that one. It's good to have you guys. Goodbye.
Let's I stretched out by accident. We're gonna throw him right there in lawful neutral. And as you can see,
mistake.
Unlike the tier list, this is being done in Microsoft Paint, so it's not gonna be quite as legit with everything snapping into place.
It's a good thing this is primarily an audio podcast because I have a 30-something inch monitor and I can barely see him.
Okay,
yep.
Jesus.
If you're watching this on your phone, that's a Woody colored speck. That's a small blurred micropene photo.
Have you guys seen that Instagram filter where it's like just the rectangle by color and you're supposed to guess the character, but it only shows like what color basically along their height of body in one rectangle? It's kind of crazy.
And it's always like
think I had.
5 dark rectangles around one lighter one, and it's like you can't guess a meme just by looking at the colored rectangles that make it up. But it is that meme, and we all recognize it.
I know exactly the meme you're talking about, because there was the one with the Arthur fist, and it's very clearly like the tan skin or fur of an aardvark, whatever, the yellow sweatshirt, the blue pants, and it's like, oh, I know exactly what meme that is.
Yup. Well, yeah. Anyway, abstract memeology is great, but let's get back to this tier list. Oh, wait.
Alignment chart.
Alignment chart. Yeah, fuck me.
Next... the arch rival / best frenemy of Woody, Buzz Lightyear.
He's lawful. He's lawful-er. I want him farther to the left of Woody.
Yeah, that's actually, I would like to second that motion.
And I would also call him neutral. He is bound by what he thinks is his code more than anything else the majority of the time.
Is his code now? Is Space Command
becomes
not
a friend
out there? And like entirely, the whole point of Space Command is the good of everyone, like protecting the space populace and all that stuff.
Dude, no spoilers. I haven't seen the new movie yet.
Is there's a fourth one? I haven't seen
No.
But
there's a Lightyear movie coming out in some eerily HD animation, and it honestly looks fucking amazing. And they chose a great soundtrack for the trailer.
Lightyear
I don't particularly care for Toy Story. Like, I haven't seen even all of them. And Buzz Lightyear holds no special place in my heart, except that I thought he was cooler than Woody. But this movie looks incredible.
Growing up, Buzz Lightyear was like my hero as a kid. Like, I got 3 shots one time when I was a kid at the doctor's, and obviously as like a 6-year-old, that's kind of traumatic. So my mom was like, "Hey, we can go get you a toy." I got a Buzz Lightyear toy because that was my favorite.
Okay.
I used to say, Mom, please play Doy Doy 2, because I couldn't say Toy Story 2 back then.
Ah, that's very
Yeah.
cute. Very
Adorable.
Cute. I will say, yeah, growing up, I was a Woody kid. My brother was the Buzz Lightyear kid.
I always knew he was
Buzz
cooler,
Lightyear.
and it took more than the music career to show me.
So are we thinking, I think lawful neutral fits him. Because, Jake, like you're saying, Star Command, their mission is to do good, but we could say the same thing about the United States of America. And are they always good?
I don't think you think the mission of the United States of America is to do good?
For liberty and justice for all.
Once upon a time, maybe to a portion of the people, that was
Do
what
we
that
remember
meant.
who wrote that?
Who wrote that? Yeah, Jesus Christ. And he was dictating it for John Adams.
From the back of a stegosaur. I've seen the manga.
Exactly, dude. But okay, I think we're saying lawful neutral for this guy?
Yeah,
Or
and
not?
farther left
I
of
feel
Woody.
like everyone's going to end up in lawful neutral at this point. I don't like this trend.
We'll see. Well, we have agreed we're putting in 2 lawmen so far. Oh, damn it. I mean, dang it, YouTube. Okay.
Oh boy.
You're going to have to quickly change the YouTube, whatever the auto caption is.
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
porn mode. Okay. Next one. Sid from Next Door in Toy Story.
I have my
Definitely
answer.
lawful neutral. Also lawful neutral. They're all good.
To be fair, he doesn't break any laws.
What? He absolutely terrorizes toys beyond
Hey,
the rules
dude.
of the way you're supposed to play with them.
Don't talk to me about BDSM like you aren't a fan.
Look, here's how
my favorite.
Here's how I see Sid, okay? He's a curious kid. He's clearly got some sort of psychopathy, but he's so in tune with it that he takes it out on his toys rather than on real people, and he's found an artistic outlet.
Wait.
Can we go back to you saying psychopathy?
Yeah.
Isn't it psychopathy? No, psychopathy. Is that
It's
actually how you pronounce
psychopathy.
it?
If you were saying it as a noun like that, that's the inflection.
Who's silly now?
Anyway,
me.
I wanted to pause it for a different reason.
Sure.
I just cracked open a beer, Lone Star, a Texas beer.
Right.
Friend left some in the fridge, and under the title Lone Star, it says the national beer of Texas.
Wow. That's that state funding, baby.
And it is, I think, deliberate. That's that Texas pride. Like they've talked
Texas
they talk a
officially a
secession
nation
game.
state.
That's what I'm saying. They talk a secession game, but like if they're gonna brand their beers as if they're a standalone nation, you know they're serious. And just like, god damn it, the cockiness on Texans.
That's
Which
how you
I
tell
am
the
soon
blood
to be
rule.
one officially by law.
Does it taste like barbecue and freedom?
Tastes like
red, white, and blue.
America,
Hell
contained
yeah.
within a single state.
Amazing.
Anyway.
Tastes like the Alamo because I can't forget it. All right.
Yo, dog, big facts.
Sid.
That's actually
I
part of
think
my
he's
medical
chaotic.
education curriculum here in Texas.
Is freedom.
Is the Alamo specifically?
I think
Oh,
Sid's
I know
totally chaotic.
the rank and name and kill count of every single person that died there.
You can't treat
Yeah.
it cold if you can't remember the Alamo.
Like my pappy always used to say.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Okay, let me
It's
scroll
good.
down a
We
little
fixed
bit.
it. Let's get back to
No,
Sid.
not quite. All right, I'm thinking he's chaotic good, dude.
What?
Mhm.
All right,
Please,
contrarian.
let me hear the argument that you've pre-prepared before
Okay.
all of this.
I'll tell you first. He is chaotic evil.
Yes.
Okay, here's my rebuttal / opening statement. Sid is clearly a kid with problems, right? But when someone's a psychopath, it's generally not their fault, right? This is out of their power that they have this mental affliction. So what Sid does with this inner turmoil is he channels it into taking apart and reassembling his toys into brand new artistic creations. Now, unbeknownst to Sid, the toys are alive. But I didn't know my toys were alive as a kid, and I've definitely broken my toys as a kid. Does that make me a chaotic, evil child? I don't know if it does.
Here's what you're missing. Not only does he have all this satanic laughter around playing with toys, but he doesn't just do it to his toys. He steals his sister's toys and messes with them, puts on different heads, and uses them to scare and terrorize her, and clearly derives joy from that fact.
Yo, Jake's lore knowledge is way deeper than Steve's. I saw Steve get hit with the smackdown and realized he was done.
This is Doi Doi 2 we're talking about. That's my lore knowledge.
I'm the keeper of the Doi Doi lore.
Unlock the core memory.
I'm gonna concede this one. Sid's going.
Yeah, okay.
Damn, that's great. I didn't even have to make an argument, and I had other points.
Oh, please do share why you hate. Yeah, well, tell me why I'm even dumber than I thought.
Oh, I would love to dig in on this. Let's put this boy in a spin cycle.
Would that just be by definition, though, because you're so dumb that you can't comprehend how dumb you actually are? So you're always dumber than you thought?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I ain't as dumb as I once thought. Wait, that actually was a sentence that made sense.
That was a smart sentence, because you're not as dumb as you once thought.
I was trying to mix dumb in at least twice and make a stupid sentence.
I'm as dumb as I once dumbed.
I dumb as I once was.
Good
enough.
Definitely a worse sentence.
Bar is low. Right where we want it to be. Alright, fuck it. Next character. Sid's Chaotic Evil. Okay. Oh, right. The easiest answer? Because he was created to embody exactly that in the movie. Like, that is what he represents in the plot and to the heroes. So period on the sentence. Like, his sole purpose, his god, his creator, his cartoonist with a magic pen, brought him into being solely to represent the dark and bad and evil and frightening and unpredictable and scary side of things. To be chaotic evil. He is not just falling into that alignment. The definition of him is that alignment.
He is the archetype of chaotic evil.
As far as little kids go, in a rated E for everyone, or whatever the movie version is.
G for everyone.
The G's silent. It's just everyone. But it's French, you know?
Yeah, Guinevere, but with pronunciation.
Alright,
who's next?
The prospector from Doi Doi 2, whose name I forget.
Yo, I'll be honest, I don't even remember him in that movie.
Lawful evil.
You think he's lawful?
Yeah, because he sticks to his rules of stay in the box for getting sold. You have to behave like a valuable trade. I don't know. It's just a lot of laws going on with him, and he's very
clearly
evil.
Malicious.
All he cares about is getting sold.
Yeah.
To the museum.
Jake, real quick, as such a Doi Doi lore master, what's the best Doi Doi of the first three, since you've only seen the first three?
Oh, okay. So 2 was kind of up there, but the thing is, I saw 1 and 2 when I was a child, you know, so I have that nostalgia about them. 3 was a brand new experience that brought in the nostalgia of the franchise and actually made me cry in theaters. So I'm going to go with Toy Story 3.
With 3. I gotta say, I think 2 is my favorite, and it was also the first movie I ever saw in theaters.
I'm also going to take that back and kind of regretted saying 3, honestly. My heart broke when I said that. I was like, how did you not say Doi Doi Do?
Yeah. Doi Doi Do. Yeah.
Doi Doi Do.
If we ever do a whole 90-minute episode on a Toy Story movie tier list, we already know where one of them's going.
Yeah, number 1.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
Only 89 minutes left.
It's going to be rough for me to contribute to that. The only one that I'm certain I've seen is the first.
Really? That's
Are you,
surprising.
do you think you've partially seen the other one, or do you remember anything about it? Do you remember Jessie?
The first one I know was one of those movies in our childhood time period when you weren't streaming. You had, 8 or 10 DVDs or VHS tapes or whatever it was. And, like, Toy Story 1 was one of the ones that we had, so I saw it a bunch of times. The others, like, I probably saw, I may have seen, but I couldn't tell you when, and I didn't see them enough, or, I guess, have it ingrained enough that I could really recall much from it. I've probably seen 2 and probably 3, but I definitely have not seen 4.
3 came out when we were in, like, high school or college, didn't it?
High school.
Was it that late?
Okay.
Then less likely.
3 was
but
much later.
We'll give it a probably and a possibly on 2 and 3.
Okay. Alright, next we're going with Sully from Monsters, Inc.
Sully,
Bro.
chaotic neutral.
He scares kids for basically his entire life until the events of the movie. He's just scaring kids every night.
Well, he
But
does
that's
that.
not evil.
He does take a lot of pleasure in it, though. I want to give him benefit of the doubt because I like him, but I have to be objective because I'm a fucking professional.
Thank you.
I think you have to bring in his perspective and his subjectiveness, though. He's taught that these kids are like monsters and will slay all the others.
Jake.
Yeah, get it? Ironically, monsters.
As I said,
they're
I'm a
dangerous.
professional. I ruffled the bag of Popcorners chips loudly and also knocked a button with the bag on my keyboard that made a window pop up on top of your broadcast, which will be on our recording. So, I'm a professional.
Jake, I'm gonna say, I don't know if this is the argument you want to be making right now.
It is. Because
it is.
do you think so? When you think of alignment, it's the person's alignment where they are, not where like if you step back and you decide what the objective truth is of their universe, but for their subjective perspective, which is a little redundant, but what is good and what is evil. Him scaring kids is him going in and these people terrorize him and they provide fuel for all of the entirety of his culture and his civilization runs on screen power, right?
Right, and this is why Adolf Hitler is lawful good.
Oh, okay.
I was just about to make the same argument for the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings.
Okay.
I think this is going to have to be from our perspective.
There we go. Yep. Okay. I think you got to give in-universe perspective, though.
Okay.
It does matter.
I.e., the monsters universe.
Steve,
Kids
you
are
can't,
thought to be evil.
just like you can't judge someone by today's standards for a joke they made in 2010, you have to judge a man by his time, you have to judge a monster by his universe. Or
Thank you.
university, if we're talking sequels.
I just saw that one a couple weeks ago. That was good.
I still haven't seen MU.
Worth a watch for sure.
It's a good time. Okay. So is anyone leaning anywhere for Sully?
You know, I haven't worked my thoughts out loud or in quiet.
Definitely chaotic.
No, he doesn't quite have chaotic energy. Wazowski's chaotic. He's always running around, screaming, bouncing off of shit. Like, he's chaotic energy for sure. And when you compare him to Sully, Sully can't also be, like, not really.
Yeah, Sully's a bit more tame.
I might put it in one of the neutrals in the middle category. Is he good? Is he... Sully might be true neutral. He's, like, pretty content most of the time to just do his thing, which, like, yeah, he's scaring kids, but yeah, he's powering a city, but also, like, look at him. He's not, like, freakishly passionate about the work. Yeah, he's competitive, but, like, he's just on his grind in this middle-of-the-road thing. I guess you could say he's kind of a celebrity, at least within the company, but...
Yeah.
But it feels like he's kind of riding a very middle path, and it takes, like, a crazy series of events and a human child to show him that he does give a shit about anything.
Right. Yeah.
I think I might lean true neutral for Sully.
True neutral for
If
Sully.
we're talking average of the screen time that we have of them.
Including Monsters University.
Oh, then no, that would shift it, because he's already kind of like his awakened end of movie 1 self by the time movie 2 comes around. And I don't remember the plot specifics of movie 2 enough to really give a good judge of how he behaved.
It happens before, and he's very selfish throughout the beginning. He's very focused on being in the top fraternity and like him being successful.
For some dumb reason, I thought they went back to school. Yeah, it's the opposite direction. That shows how much I remember it. Oops, I saw it once.
Yeah.
I I mean,
So
he's
Jake,
not evil. He's not really chaotic. Nah, he's still true neutral for me.
Jake, as the Monsters University, you have the freshest eyes on it, and one of two people with any eyes on it. What are you thinking? How is that swaying you in any direction for Sully?
Sully in Monsters University. Although I do have fresh eyes on it, they weren't very clear eyes when I consumed the
Right.
Hey, clear eyes, full heart, can't lose.
Honestly, I feel like neutral, because like it might be like evil. Because again, good and evil is about selfish versus selfless. Like evil isn't like necessarily I want to wantonly destroy others. It's I'm willing to promote myself above anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Sully's got a big ego. Sully's kind of out for himself. He might be chaotic evil.
Wow.
Chaotic evil? That's a
No,
double...
not chaotic. Sorry, neutral evil. I would
Even
say
that,
chaotic
like,
neutral.
Not really the whole movie, and like it swings around enough. Like, I guess he's looking out for him, and I understand your argument for it having to be based on selfish versus pure bad, just for the sake of balance and argument. Let me wait for a second. Let me weigh it.
That's what Brody Sama explained to us about the alignment chart.
His career is providing energy for his world, though. That's a pretty good job.
Doing it because he's the top scarer. That's the whole point of the first movie is he needs to be the top scarer above Randall, and they get into some crazy shenanigans about it. And he eventually learns that...
Was he not the top energy producer when it was produced from laughter as well?
No, Mike was.
Shit. You sure?
Yes, that was the whole thing. It was like Mike was like, haha, the funny guy.
Okay.
I think I'm also
really
being
need to
true
brush up on
neutral
your
on this
Pixar.
one. Yeah, I kind of made this haphazardly.
I like where your head was at, though. And your
I support it.
And your colon.
Oh, that's in the best place.
Right above the cheeks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Steve, are you true neutral with me? Because I'm saying true neutral.
I think
I'll
so.
give you true neutral.
Okay. Sully's going true nooch.
Oh. I've got a good argument for one coming up.
Now, speak of the devil next. Mike Wazowski, the man, the meme, the legend.
I know it exactly.
Okay. Jake, any thoughts before Zane demolishes you?
Well, we've clearly already established that he's chaotic. He's not evil, but I'm also going to say he's not good. I won't give him chaotic neutral.
Bingo, baby. Exact same answer.
Yep. I wish we had more of a fight on this one, but it sounds like we're all in the same exact spot. Mike Wazowski, chaotic neutral.
Mike Wazowski.
Yeah. That's another, like, archetypal fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically every chaotic neutral character is built off of Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, exactly. The prototypical.
I'd be really impressed if this comes out to, like, super balanced.
Oh, yeah.
So far,
all
we're doing
by
pretty
my
well.
design.
All right.
Next one, Boo. I'm going to say Boo's definitely chaotic.
Same bucket.
Yeah. She might be chaotic good.
Good?
Ooh.
No.
She only wants to, like, hug and giggle.
Mm-hmm.
All babies are literally chaotic evil. All babies. And I think
all right, I'll take the average at chaotic neutral. She causes problems, but she gives hugs and is sweet.
But for her own gain, her own pleasure.
She's mischievous, yeah. That causes problems. But her demeanor, like, she generally means well and teaches people to be better. I'll take an average. I'll give it chaotic neutral or good, but not evil.
I think she's so full of love and preciousness.
I don't know. She tore apart their sofa. She almost got them in trouble at work several times.
Mm-hmm.
Not really deliberately.
I'll give you neutral.
We're putting her with Mike Wazowski?
Yeah, they're peas in the
Mike
pod.
Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
I'll be watching you, Wazowski.
Always
watching.
Okay. Oh, god dang it. I right-clicked by accident with my shaky finger.
We got chameleon man.
Okay, you can fix that technical error, and I'll be
my
back in
God.
about 30 seconds.
Okay. Next, we got Randall.
Okay.
Randall is
about
absolutely...
I'm sorry, Jake.
I was
What?
going to say he is absolutely chaotic, and I would definitely say evil.
Chaotic
he
evil
could
for
be
Randall.
I would say he's definitely
No.
evil.
He plots
I
too
would-
much to be chaotic evil, but he is evil.
I'll
I
give
might
evil and maybe neutral, because he does follow a lot of the rules of the
That's what I'm
scare
saying.
industry, but only
Most-
because they support him.
But
Most
there's
of
a
the
bit of
time-
backstabbery.
Most of the time, he's a company man. You know what I mean? And he's
Kidnap a
cocky
child.
and he's competitive. Yeah.
And he makes an illegal scream machine that will extract their screams against the rules. I don't know.
That's pretty chaotic.
I'm gonna call him a neutral evil. It's too planned. It's too forethought. It isn't that chaotic. He
But
causes
that's not what
problems for
the
others, but
scale
it's
is
just
metric.
like pure selfishness driven, which is your metric for evil. But he doesn't like follow all the rules. He breaks them when it suits him and is sneaky. He isn't chaotic because he does follow rules a lot of the time. I think neutral evil fits by our definitions.
I'll give him neutral evil.
I think I'm right there with you.
Right? Like selfishness. Neutral selfishness. That's what
It's
we're
pretty
calling it.
Machiavellian that way.
Ooh, very good.
Thank you. Alright. Next. Marlin from Finding Nemo. I'm pretty sure that's his name. The dad.
Yep.
Okay.
This is hard.
It is hard. He's kind of boring as a character.
Have you seen my son? He's got
True.
chaotic energy, but only meaning well and to be protective. Overprotective. Takes it too
He
far, but good.
Doesn't want him to touch the butt. You know, he's very.
He's
Don't
pretty
touch the
lawful.
butt. Follow
I
the
was
rules.
gonna say chaotic good. Have you seen his energy when he screams at people? He's neurotic as hell.
He does break the rules a little bit, I guess.
I mean, he's an
On the whole adventure.
overprotective father.
He is.
Yeah,
But
that
I feel
does
like
make
a
its own
lot of,
argument. But his demeanor.
I feel like a lot of his overprotectiveness is more like reflection on his past trauma of losing his wife and all his eggs, and less about caring for Nemo and more about not wanting to lose anything else for himself.
Okay, so he's not
Like-
true neutral. He's traumatized neutral. Can you
Yeah,
add
put
the
a 10th
10th
box in there.
I don't know.
I
think
would question the
any.
good.
I think any
'Cause he
good
doesn't care
deed.
about Dory.
I think any. Ooh, that's kind of true. But I think that any good deed could be explained selfishly as this makes me feel good.
Yes, there is no true good deed or true selfless deed.
Well, we were saying evil is selfish, not chaotic.
Right.
Yeah. But we're talking about good
I-
and evil. I don't think he's good. I would give him neutral. I wouldn't give him a good alignment.
It's all meaning well. It's misguided, but it's all in an attempt to protect Nemo, which is like ultimately from a good place. And yeah, from his trauma,
So-
but like that's the best he knows to do.
Are we bringing about character subjectivity again and from their perspective? Because last time we just brought up a quick Hitler comparison.
Because last time we called me a fucking Nazi, and I'm tired of it.
I guess that's a fair point.
Someone was meaning
Yeah,
to advance
you're right,
the
you're right.
human evolution on God's behalf.
You're right. I shifted in the metrics we were using to judge them. That's on me. Neutral good, you were saying? No. Chaotic
Lawful
neutral.
neutral. Lawful neutral.
Throw him in with the lawful neutral.
Then it's the chaotic lawful thing that you don't quite have me sold on.
So throughout the whole time, he's put in a situation where he's finding his son, right? Like, so he's got to go out and do it. And so he goes out on this adventure, but he is always consistently anxious, not wanting to go out and do the crazy things. Dory's the one who's exploring, meeting up with the turtles. The turtles are like, just relax, go with the flow, dude. That's not his normal go-to mannerisms. He's very structured. I think the intro we get of him like being super overprotective of Nemo on day one, bringing him to the little school, is the best illustration we have of his neutral or lawful and chaotic scale.
His energy doesn't fit it for me, but that's a solid argument.
What do we think without the lawful to chaotic spectrum? Where are we, just one by one, Zane, me, Jake, where are we on good to evil?
I forgot.
You can go first. I'm on neutral.
You're neutral.
I think I got flipped to agree on neutral for that one.
Okay.
You got me off chaotic good because I was judging from his perspective rather than by his actions.
I was thinking kind of lawful
perspective
neutral
counts
on this
to
guy.
a point. Like, it has to at least be within context.
In universe, yeah. Must judge a man within his universe.
I'm surrounded by fucking Nazis.
I would take neutral. Yeah, in the good to evil.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then, in the lawful to chaotic, I think I'm going lawful.
Wait.
He is such a rules guy.
Y'all realize we've had no good characters yet.
I know.
Are
We'll get one.
Because we haven't got to Nemo. Nemo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. There's a few.
Yeah. I'll talk about my worries for this after we're finished with it and we see the results.
Okay, let's go.
I'm thinking lawful neutral on Marlin.
I'm good with that.
I'll give you that. Yep.
Okay.
What do you mean you'll give him that, Jake? That's what you were arguing before.
No.
Yeah, but I like to sound magnanimous. Like I'm conceding, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's so that later on I'll feel bad if I disagree with him on something.
Exactly. I gotta combat Steve's pre-planned arguments somehow.
Exactly. Yeah, I have a full notepad right here of notes. Okay.
I saw the binder in the background. It was thick.
Oh yeah, behind me. Yeah, where I can read it. All right. Again, a character whose name I don't remember, but the girl who taps on the fish tank at the dentist's office at 42 Wallaby Way, because I remember that, if that's what it is, in Finding Nemo.
P. Sherman, baby.
P. Sherman, that's it. That girl.
That's
She's
not her
chaotic,
bitch.
right?
She's chaotic evil. Toss
She's
her in the bucket with
absolutely-
Sid. Get her the fuck out of here. Probably the worst on the list.
I think she's just pure chaos.
Her name is Darla Sherman.
Darla, that's it.
Oh, grandson
She's
or something.
evil. She
Or granddaughter.
terrorizes those fish for no reason. She
Yeah,
just
she's
wants to
evil. You
Yeah,
don't
I'm
tap
not
the
Amuse
on this
herself.
one.
She's sadistic.
True.
She's like
Yo,
the
get her
devil.
outta
She's
here.
Literally,
Get her outta
the
here.
universe's version of the devil.
Oh,
Shark bait.
I hope
Ooh,
her
ha,
and
ha.
I'm gonna have
I
some
hope her
volume
and Sid
mixing
give
to do
birth
on
to
this
the-
edit.
Okay.
I've been
Her
up
and
and
Sid
down.
the
should give
Antichrist.
birth to the... Yeah, exactly. All right. Next, Bruce from Finding Nemo, the great white shark.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Might be very controversial. Lawful good.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Explain
are
yourself right now.
Fish are friends, not food. Now, as we know about sharks, biologically, when they smell blood, they are like biologically driven to hunt and consume. So we can excuse that part. Like, he didn't have control over himself in that part of the movie where he's hunting Marlin and maybe Dory, I forget, or Nemo, whoever was in that situation.
Marlon
But-
and Dory, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
yeah,
he hunt them
okay.
for like the rest of the movie after that though?
No, he's cool with them by the end of the movie.
By
Once he
the end.
snaps out of it.
How long
Yeah,
did it
he's
take for him to
definitely-
snap out of it? I do not remember if that was 10 minutes or if that was like a running back plot for 40.
I don't think it's a backplot at all. It happens. He takes them in. He's friends, and he's resisting his urge to eat them. His
Yep.
like
He bumps
evolutionary
his head,
urge to
smells
consume
blood.
them. Boom, goes after them. They escape. You don't see them
Dory
again
bumps
until
her
the end,
nose.
where they're friends. I think I might be making up
This
the
is-
fact that they're friends at the end.
This is my Sid argument again. He's a psychopath, but he can't help it.
So Hitler.
Nah, Sid's worse.
Right. Except, yeah, less
I would-
malicious.
I don't want to
He's-
just chuck everyone in a lawful neutral bucket, but like, I don't know. It feels like a good bat. Well, he's trying to be lawful. Shit.
I think, yeah, he's really trying as best he can to 100% fight his nature, and I think that counts for something.
He lawful good dude. He's sticking to the law that fish are friends, not food, and he's going against every single urge
It might
he
be
has,
lawful
like
good.
every instinct
It really
he
might
has.
be.
I
He's
kind
the
of
best character we've got.
I feel like a good person putting him in lawful good. Like really, like
I'm giving him grace.
exactly.
Another round of magnanimity. Is magnanimity, whatever that is. Magnanimous as a noun, is that a thing?
Yeah, it's got to be a noun version. Magnemite.
Magnanimity.
That's it.
I feel like Nemo trying to say sea anemone.
Yeah.
It is magnanimity, but it's a shitty sounding word. Is the problem?
Yeah.
It's not a good word. It's like one or two too many syllables.
Magnanimity.
Yeah, Magnemite. All right. Next.
I choose you.
Crush, the turtle from Finding Nemo. I think we
Chaotic
gotta
good.
say he's good.
Chaotic
good. I might say
Is
neutral
Crush-
Hear
good.
me out.
Is Crush the dad or the son?
Yeah,
The dad.
Squirt's the kid.
Okay, yeah.
Crush is chaotic in the best and purest interpretation of the word. If you were to take ocean currents, they are, in a sense, chaotic. Orderly on a grand scale, yeah, maybe, but, like, you get pulled and tossed and turned about, and this dude's just riding literally where the current takes him. No plan, just Hakuna Matata assing his way through the oceans.
Yeah.
Like, it's chaotic in the sense that it is free, unbound, undefined, and he just lives his life in that way. And he loves it. But it's chaotic good, baby. The best possible version of it. He is the ideal.
I kind of love this argument. I think I've been swayed wholeheartedly to chaotic good for Crush.
That was the one 30 minutes ago when I looked ahead and said, oh, I've got an argument for one coming up. That was the thought I had.
Hell yeah.
Is Surf's Up Pixar?
Surf's Up is not Pixar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right.
I was really hoping Chicken Joe was going to show up.
Next is Dory.
Ooh.
Dory's good.
I think she's chaotic good as well.
I agree. That was my initial thought, and I'm running with it.
Here's what I'm throwing out. Lawful good, but she can't remember any of the laws, so it's not her fault. She's lawful good.
Chaotic good for me.
Yeah.
I'm
agree.
between chaotic and neutral good for Dory. Because yeah, she kind of just does whatever the hell she wants, doesn't she?
She's just like Wazowski in the sense that chaos follows her everywhere she goes.
Yeah, to the point where who's the common denominator of all these situations? It's Dory, and it's chaos.
Bingo.
Okay. We're throwing Dory in chaotic good.
I'm down.
All right. Next, Nemo. And the word for the character whose name is also the title of the movie. What's that word that I can't think of right now?
Clownfish.
The titular character?
The titular character of Finding Nemo, Nemo himself.
But there's like a self something, like when like a band names an album after themselves. There's something for it.
Self-titled.
Like a self-entitled.
Oh, but he didn't self-title it. People were just so in awe of
Exactly.
him that they
So I
told
guess
his
it's just
story.
the titular character.
Nemo
Okay,
didn't
so the
make this
titular
movie?
character.
When you're good
This
at
is
something,
a biopic.
when you're
Yeah,
good
he
at
did.
something, you'll tell people. When you're great at something, they'll tell you. They
True.
filmed him.
When he was
That's
in the
true.
No, but when he was in the dentist office, he met a producer, and now years later, he's actually like just producing movies about his life story.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
That producer had a great eye to see a fish in a fish tank and be like, he's
Shark
gonna
bait.
get found.
I'm gonna make you a star, baby.
Yeah. I'm busting you out of here.
Okay. Neutral good.
Neutral good. Yeah, I'm
He
kind of
touched the
thinking
butt,
the same
dude.
thing.
He can't
did
be
touch the
lawful.
butt.
He
Right.
Chaotic
literally
good.
Chaotic.
He's never once followed any rule ever,
Hmm.
other than swim down with all the fish. That's like the only thing he ever followed through.
Yeah, but that was purely out of self-protection.
Preservation.
Self-preservation. My word recall is
Hey,
off
dude,
right
it's
now.
10:30 at night. It's way past all of our bedtimes.
True.
I didn't drink coffee today. I just That was big for me. No cups of caffeine today. Kind of proud of that one.
Yeah, that's
yerba
wild.
mate?
No mate also has caffeine in it. No mate, no coffee, and very little productivity at work as well. But
To
you
boot.
know, I beat caffeine today.
Let's go.
Every little victory counts.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like as a group we're between chaotic good and neutral good, but it sounds like I'm the only one fighting for neutral good.
I'm on neutral good.
Oh, you're on neutral good as well. Okay.
Game, set,
chaotic.
match, next.
Wait. Give me the arguments for neutral. I have not been swayed at all. I still think he doesn't follow literally any rules
He
at all.
generally
Ever.
means well and is kind and listens to, like, the weird shit
That's
the fish in the
good.
tank tell him to do. Like, he does good stuff, but he touched the butt, so he cannot be lawful.
He touched the butt, dude. That's the most chaotic thing anyone's ever done. He
That's
went out
kinda
and he
true.
touched the butt.
But otherwise, he follows lines and stuff. Also, you're right, I was arguing for good instead of neutral. We all agree on good. I would say neutral because, again, like, in his universe, we've been saying, and comparison. Put him next to Dory, and, like, if she's chaotic, is he really, like, the same bracket? He mostly obeys his dad. He got pulled in by curiosity. He wasn't like, ha ha ha, screw my dad, which is what the version of chaotic I would see a fish doing in that
Well,
situation.
he's chaotic when he can be. Like, you know, if you have an overbearing parent, you can't always be rebellious. But if you choose to be rebellious when you can, I think that's more chaotic than neutral.
I would say
Like, just
that
because you're forced
because
to be
he has a
lawful at
rebelling
times.
parent. I would say his default is that he is not rebellious, and it is because he has an overbearing parent that occasionally there is an outburst of that energy.
Okay.
I would say that that is not his baseline, but rather the breakout.
Okay.
And if we're doing this by mean, average, most of the time, he's just doing him. At least relative to, like, deliberate chaos.
True. Once he was brought into the fish tank, he kind of fell in order pretty quick. It's not like he saw the hierarchy and he found his place in it and he kind of stuck there for a while until he left.
He was a good shark bait.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll go chaotic, neutral.
Neutral good. Neutral good.
Alrighty. Next.
I gotta say, I almost got swayed. I almost had to be magnanimous for a sec.
Oh, I literally wanted to get gifted so hard in that one, but like, I figured it was 2 against 1. Why keep arguing?
Yeah.
Only I know.
All right.
Maybe you
Now-
want to go back and just move him over. Though?
Oh, here we go.
Next, into the world of the Incredibles, we have Elastigirl.
Oh, okay. Elastigirl is probably good. She's a superhero. I think she does care for the greater good, especially her family.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Fair.
I wouldn't say
I'd
She
say
does.
lawful good.
she does, but like she goes after Bob, which is very against the rules. Like, you know,
So it
That's
is
that
against the
whole
rules. It
but
is
I think
against
she
the
does
rules.
before that. Before that, she's very, we're done, we're retired. This is like the deal that superheroes made, and sticks to it. I would say, kind of let it to the law, like. But once Bob gets in trouble, she proves that she's willing to be chaotic, which I think might be willing or enough to
Chaos
put her
is
in
too far to call
neutral.
that. It's
Well,
just
that's what I'm
drastic
saying.
measures to save her family. It's not like a willful chaotic action,
But-
I
but
would
that's-
say.
That's the thing. The family, saving the family is a good part. You're selfless for others. The willingness to go against the rules and do what you want is the chaos. So I think she does have a chaotic good side,
There's free
which I
ticket
think
in
would
that
be
level
enough.
of desperation.
which I would just say would be enough to classify her as neutral good.
I do not know that I can agree with you.
Yeah, I think I'm with Zane on this one. Just because she was very much done with being a superhero, as frustrating as that was for her living this life as a normie. And then when she found out that Bob was going on these missions, she still was like, oh, this is bad, I don't like this, I don't want to do this. And then when she found out that he was in trouble and she, out of necessity for her husband's life, had to go out. I don't think that's... Did she even have a choice there, really? If the choice is let your husband die or break the rules. I think a truly chaotic person would not have to be pushed that far. But that's
I'm
why
not
you're
saying
arguing
she's
neutral.
chaotic.
Right.
I'm saying she has a little bit of a chaotic side. I would definitely agree that versus chaotic versus lawful, she's predominantly lawful, but maybe enough to be in the neutral side.
She
True, 'cause
also, in other dimensions, like parenting, keeps that shit on lock. She got them going to school, doing their homework, doing their chores, hiding their powers. Like, she's running the household, taking care of that crazy baby who, when we get to him, is chaos. But she is the counter to him. And even relative to Bob, who will, like, take the sneaky job and start heroing again. Like, I think your argument is perfectly suited to him. But I don't think Helen's that far in.
Doesn't she pick up the phone and spy on him at points? And
again, like,
I
that's
think
a plot
that's
of
kind of
concerned
sus.
marriage. I don't think that's like a predominating personality trait.
Here's what I'm going to suggest.
I think judging by the whole average.
Here's what I'm going to suggest. Because I'm kind of torn between the two, and you guys seem to think pretty strongly. I think we might want to come back to Elastigirl after we have a better sense of where the other characters are relative to her.
That's a good call.
Okay.
You think so?
Yeah.
Great mediation.
Thank you. I do what I can as the
You
MC
should be a
of
divorce
this.
lawyer.
Oh, I wish, dude. It's too late for me. You have to get divorced first so you know what you're talking about. All right.
Dang,
next
then I gotta
one.
get married first.
I know,
My
exactly.
my zodiac does say I'm gonna get married at some point, so that's pretty cool.
That's true. That's
Hell
true.
yeah, dude. You're coming out way on top.
Callback.
You're way ahead of the game on this whole divorce thing. All right, Edna Mode.
That's because his moon is a Libra or some shit.
Edna does whatever the frick she wants.
True.
Chaotic.
Chaotic, yes. I would even say chaotic good. Like, she generally does things with charity, despite being kind of a bitch about it.
Despite having a lot of magnanimity.
She might be chaotic neutral. Like, a lot of it is pride for her. A lot.
I would give her either chaotic other than evil. Neutral or good. I'm kind of down with either.
Especially because she was like,
either.
Without even being asked, she made super suits for children to go on a death-defying mission.
You're right, dude.
And a baby. Children and a baby. She's like...
Not
hey,
even
probably...
knowing what his powers were.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there an option that's just chaotic twice?
Chaotic,
yeah.
chaos.
Yeah, she's chaotic neutral.
She's chaotic entropy. Okay, are we saying chaotic neutral?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay.
That was the opposite of Elastigirl. Immediate and in total agreement.
Okay. Bob Parr, Mr. Incredible.
We have so many left. Oh my god.
We're speeding up.
Yeah.
We got this.
True.
30 minutes on
Bob
the clock.
and or Mr. Incredible. I don't think you can give him good because he's very selfish throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I might say true neutral.
I
Or
might
chaotic neutral.
Dude, I came into this thinking he's a superhero. Default, he's one of the goods. And immediately you flipped my mind.
Yeah.
You're right.
Good,
He hasn't
rhetoric I
turned
threw out
that.
there.
Not really. Unless you count sequel also, which... Shit.
I'm not super familiar with the sequel. I did see the Jack mini movie or whatever.
Oh, hell
short
yeah.
film.
Fire. Absolutely
course.
fire.
And also lasers and invisibility and teleportation and... Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Because he
The
catches
poor
on
Corey, the
fire.
babysitter.
And also, look, I like the idea of Mr. Incredible and Sully being pals in the true neutral square.
I'm with
Yeah.
it.
Hanging out just the tanks.
Exactly.
For me.
Neutrals for tanks.
Yeah, the big dudes with their big biceps, like, hugging each other and stuff. That sounds like something I want to be a part of.
I like the way you think.
The white guy PDA site again.
Yeah, exactly. Well, white and blue and purple. Okay. Violet.
Bro, she might be true neutral also.
Wait, when she's in responsible positions, such as like babysitting Dash, I think she's more lawful. When she's not the responsible one, I definitely think she tends more towards chaotic.
I would say she's pretty lawful in the way that, hear me out on this, she has a crush on this boy, but due to her fear of breaking like social norms and that anxiety, that is kind of an unwritten set of rules that she has such a fear of breaking that it leads her to being speechless and literally turning invisible whenever he's around.
But I don't think that's about being
I don't think that made the point you're trying to make.
That's not her saying, "Oh, I can't talk to the boy. I have to be invisible." Mm-hmm. It's her
just being embarrassed,
being like insecure.
If she were chaotic, she would talk to him.
No,
she would say something.
Because her security, she's using her powers in a place where she could get caught. Her clothes are still there. She could very easily be
the easy compromise is neutral.
Well, yeah, but I don't think she's good at all.
Wow.
Actually, I said earlier that she might be a little bit
She does good things.
I'll do neutral.
But where? Which neutral?
There's 3.
There's 5.
Yeah.
Good point.
It's touche. Sorry, yelling. It's like 10:47, guys.
Yeah.
You're doing great. Less than a half hour. If you want to hit the whole time, you can tap out early, and I'll make Steve
0
if we need.
No, we're sticking this out. 0 caffeine. I'm committed. Because like, if you don't finish it, like, why'd you start it? You know.
Ooh,
we could turn it into a 2-parter also.
Oh, do you think they're ready for that? Do you think they're ready for that?
He means the opposite, where we record it in 2 parts and make 1 episode.
Oh.
No. That is not what I meant.
Oh, I meant you meant just record until midnight 30?
No, I mean record 2 full episodes, but we don't have to record both of them back to back.
2 episodes, same bit, and we pick up exactly where we were.
Yeah, just like we did with the Disney Princess episodes.
You guys have Disney Princess episodes?
You're probably
Which
right.
numbers were those?
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
I've listened to those ones.
Back in the day, we had a 2-part episode of... It was a tournament-style bracket where we had all the Disney princesses lined up in a single elimination bracket, and Zane, we were going 1 by 1, and Zane was picking the best girl.
Just in general, what were like the standards? Like just
I couldn't
cutest,
tell you.
best
I think it
personality?
rotated constantly.
Yeah,
Just
fully
whoever you
subjective.
felt
Just like, I mean, you watch anime. Every anime has a best girl.
No.
Peak.
No?
Oh, not every anime has a best girl. It's all subjective, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that it's a unanimous best girl. Everyone has their best girl.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
As he started thinking of his best girls, he got what you were saying.
ReZero.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's peak Sama for me in Attack on Titan.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
What's that cart do, right?
Love a cart,
exactly.
yeah, right? That long jaw.
But yeah, if you want to go back and listen to Disney Best Girl, part 1 and 2, I won't spoil who wins the bracket.
I think I have a slow day at work tomorrow. We're in slow season. May through January is busy season. Then we get like March, April, even April, honestly. So we get basically February and March.
Heck yeah, dude! Enjoy.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll listen to you guys tier rank some Disney princesses and try not to be creeped out by it.
I can't remember if it's. I can't remember if it's. We arrive at the same conclusion as if you asked me my favorite, who I would say. Which would probably
who's your favorite
Elsa.
Disney princess? Elsa? I've never seen Frozen.
Dude, it
I don't
slaps.
know if that makes me super cool or super terrible, but quite literally never seen it.
I was going to see like The Conjuring 2 or something for my birthday in high school. Something along those lines, a horror movie. And my 4th friend is late from work. We drive right to the theater, miss that movie, and like the next showtime, and only one within an hour and a half is Frozen. So we see that, and all fucking love it. It is so good. So that movie also is extra great because of that.
They make good movies, like even if it seems childish, like they're still usually pretty good narratives, like a decent amount of, I don't know, emotionally compelling story points in there.
Yeah, and then they had the big purple guy with the snap. Just joking that's like a train of thought that applies equally to Marvel.
There was I will say the one Disney Pixar movie that I generally hear gets like panned as like just boring is The Good Dinosaur, and I doubt either of you have seen
You're
it.
right.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, haven't even heard of it.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen like Lucas and then there's like another new one or something?
I think
I
I'm
saw
a little out of
Soul.
touch.
I think Soul was the newest one that I saw from Pixar.
Okay.
I saw Encanto, which might be Disney, not Pixar.
I believe it's Disney, not Pixar.
Encanto, knowing it was spelled with an E, by the way, just when I looked it up, just proud of that.
Impressive.
Encanto is excellent. Like, really, really good.
Everyone on TikTok saying the music.
I think it's Disney. Yeah, it's definitely Disney. Oh, wait, Lucas is definitely Disney as well.
Okay.
Do you guys have Disney Plus?
Yes,
I
I
feel like
do.
we talked about this last time. You should sauce me the login info so I can finish watching Boba Fett.
Oh, shoot. I gotta do that, too. Yeah, shoot me a text. But use my account
Alright.
because I don't know how many I can have, and there's already a bunch of my family on it.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry.
Just use the
I'll wait
ones
till it's
named-
all out, though.
named Zane.
And then I'll spend 1 weekend binging it, and then I'll log out.
I
can
think
say log in.
Violet is true neutral.
Thanks for bringing
Wait,
it back, buddy. Wow, we slipped off topic. Good catch.
Thanks.
We're gonna let that one. We're gonna let that lap stay on there. There was enough not empty dead air.
Yeah, it's content.
all
True
content.
neutral. I like true neutral. That works for me.
Sure.
Okay.
Feels very
Yeah.
invisible of her to like be hiding in the middle.
And now
true.
I got a tinkle, so I want to hear what you get when I come back.
Okay.
Okay. Steve and I will just be awkwardly silent until you get back.
Okay, so Jake.
Steve, shut the fuck.
I'm sorry
What's
I ruined.
that?
Yeah. For everyone in the audience, we're gonna have a moment of silence for our fallen friends.
No, the moment of silence is for the lack of snacks that Steve brought to this event. The
I
lack of
know,
snacks.
dude.
Totally killing me right now.
Actually, speaking of lacking things, I'm also gonna go grab something. Jake, take the reins.
Okay. Okay, guys. So, just gonna preface this off with like, I really hope they edit this out because I have no idea what is about to spew out of the faucet that is my mouth right now.
I'm throwing
But,
you a line,
so-
Jake. I'm back.
Oh, I was gonna start telling. Remember when I was like, I had that story beforehand, and then I never told it. So that's what I
go
was
for
gonna launch
it.
into. Yeah.
Sure.
So it was a nicotine-related story because some of our friends have friends, I think, who might have friends who are addicted to nicotine, but definitely nobody in the immediate circles or the circles beyond that.
Yeah, no one I'd ever
so-
talked to.
So I have a friend who parents, his dad's a doctor, and he does pretty well for himself. So his dad said, "Hey, let me sign my son up for some life insurance. What the hell? Why not?" And without consulting the son at all, and called him and said, "Hey, you have to go in to do this checkup in 2 weeks, and like it's for life insurance, and they're going to test all these things, and one of them is nicotine, because he checked off not a smoker,
Right.
and my friend is."
Possibly a smoker.
Moderately to severely
Y'all still on
addicted to
syndrome?
nicotine. So he has like a calendar date of like, I need to be good enough to wean off this date, like start going a couple days without to do this, and it's like we're coming up to the end of the 2 week process.
He's
and it's
taking.
gonna
Yeah,
be-
he's got to get
He's-
clean for a nicotine drug test. Amazing.
I think it's like 3 days in your system. I want to say
Okay.
for nicotine. It's the number that's thrown out, and I think he's at like 5 or 6 days left. And I'm going to see him this weekend, so it'll be very interesting to see if he can go without sans vape.
Right. Godspeed to him.
Feel free to edit that all out too. That was like a little weird intro I threw out there, and like, I
No,
thought we were having
it's
some
fine.
cool, weird Jake time, but it's whatever.
Steve says no
Um,
because every minute we cut out is a minute longer we have to record.
Exactly.
Wait,
We're
but
on
you
a-
guys don't go for 90 minutes though. You guys don't go for a 90-minute podcast.
Oh, we do now,
Yes, we
baby.
do.
We're
Oh,
going
shit.
every
Oh,
other
told him
week.
that?
What? You guys upped the lane standards without informing me before
Yeah,
I got on
should
this?
we have
I thought
told
we were
him
that?
doing 90 minutes for
We
60
did
minutes
tell
of
you.
content. I haven't been going hard. I've been doing only 2/3 of my content has been contentable, or whatever you want to call it.
I
right?
see.
So now I will transition 100% of what I put out there is non-snippable.
Don't worry, dude. When I edit this, I'll just put in like a whole bunch of like sound effects and stuff. I'll make you super wacky, even in the non-contentable parts.
Yeah. Oh, Or maybe throw in some like serious like philosophers quotes like in someone else's voice. So throw some
Oh,
Morgan Freeman in there.
yeah,
Yeah, Jake just does a really good Morgan Freeman impression.
yeah.
The
And
lips
he
don't
says,
match because he's a ventriloquist, but
yeah. Okay.
So what do you think about Syndrome?
what? Chaotic evil.
I think neutral evil. His whole thing is spurring from like a shunned child.
He's all about equality.
In a sense, but also
He's not all about quality. He's all
he
about
knows he's
revenge.
evil because he chose to be a villain, so he's definitely one of the evils.
When everyone's super, nobody is.
Okay, what I would like to say about him though is definitely largely revenge motivated. It's because
That's true.
Mr. Incredible didn't
a lot
pay
of murder.
attention to him when he was a kid, and he feels a little bit sad about it. There definitely is some murder. There's some dead people involved.
Yeah,
Gazer
yeah.
beam skeletons found in the cave.
Yeah.
He tries to take over whole cities. He's definitely evil. And I would say chaotic because all that goes against every single. He does whatever he wants.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think the best part about the chaos is he monologues. He goes in and he indulges himself.
Oh, you're
whenever
right.
He feels like it. He just sits
Monologue
there and
means
he,
villain.
his screw our well, yeah. We already decided evil though, but it's chaos versus lawful. I think at this point, right? Or
Yeah.
I'm with you, dude.
neutral,
He's
or wherever,
chaotic
wherever
evil.
along that scale. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I
Okay.
won't even give you guys my super enticing and convincing argument because there's no
Damn.
need to.
Steve, he turned on 100% non-snippable, and now he can't be beat.
It literally would have been the most convincing and eloquent articulation of a point of view that you guys have ever heard before. So
We
you guys
still
missed
have
out
most
by
of the
not.
characters, buddy. Don't worry.
No, it's only Syndrome. He's the only one I connect with like that.
Okay. Next. Frozone. Where's my super suit?
Where's my super suit?
Woman.
Okay, we do know he cares about the greater good, right?
He's
And
not
his super
unfaithful, right? There's not a subplot of that, is there?
Not that I know of.
Good.
Not in the theatrical
is.
version.
He's a lawful good.
I
He's
don't
a
know.
superhero when it's legal, puts it down when it's illegal, except
That's
again,
not true.
super dire circumstances. Oh wait, no, he's doing it in the background the whole time. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's
he
with Mr. Incredible.
And doesn't he
But I
like
think he's
encase a bunch of cops in ice?
because they're about to arrest him. Yeah, that's
But
true.
to do
Well,
what's
and
right.
he was breaking the law.
I just need some water.
Yeah, man.
Shh, ice.
Yo, he might be a true neutral.
Throw him with Mr. Incredible wherever he is.
Bingo.
I might say
Yeah.
neutral good
I was also thinking that originally, but Jake really made a good point.
of the true nooch.
Either one of those I'll take. You two duke it out.
I'm what? No, I was kind of on the fence too. So I guess we can follow Steve.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
feels,
say. I'm
he
gonna
feels
say.
slightly less selfish than Bob.
Yeah, I would agree. I think neutral good.
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right, next one.
Alright. Gotcha. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Right up there with Nematode. Alright.
I will also concede at this point. We can throw Elastigirl in lawful good.
Lawful good for Elastigirl?
I will offer a concession.
Okay.
Right?
Very-
Look how she rounds out that family.
Very magnanimous.
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, of course. It's kind of your calling card.
Those beneath me who need to get a right answer every once in a while, I'll give it to them.
Oh, this next one should be the fastest yet.
Jack. Chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
What? No, chaotic evil. All babies are evil, dude. All babies only care about themselves. They literally don't have empathy yet.
That's, I think, it's like how mathematical formulas break down as you near infinity. I think your theorem about, like, good evil being based on selfishness alone breaks down as you approach infant. As you approach age 0, it's a less accurate postulate. And I don't think that the babies are evil. You just trace the wrong line.
The scale. So you're looking at the scale, like the nomenclature of the scale, and you're not agreeing with it. The scale basically is selfish to selfless. every single baby is incredibly selfish. That's just a fact of life because they literally have not developed enough to be any kind of selfless.
See,
They
I
don't
agree,
understand.
but I think that means nothing at age 0. I think you have to have an understanding of any sort of interaction with the outside world to have a level of weight of yourself versus that outside world. And babies ain't perceptually aware of jack fucking shit till they're like at least a couple of months, several months, years. I would say even like until it matters and you start laying down permanent memories and formative shit, like 2 or 3. And yes, I know like raising a child, there's influences before that, but fuck off. That's when it starts to matter in this argument.
The most evil, chaotic evil, like sociopathic people, I would say, are also very just unaware of other people's perceptions and thoughts because they do not care.
No, so I would say the most evil are the ones that are aware and actively work against those.
I am hard putting the foot down, and I very strongly believe he's chaotic evil. I will leave Steve as the mediator to decide.
It's chaotic neutral because good arguments.
He's evil. He doesn't care about anyone but himself.
That's a shitty definition of evil when you're talking about an infant.
But it's not about the infant.
It's a shitty definition, and we're better than that.
You can't change the scale because you have a character.
Of course we can, dude.
Definitely.
It's a podcast.
No. Okay, so then change the scale for everyone.
If it made sense, sure.
I'm tempted to say chaotic neutral.
Because it's the correct answer.
If that's how you feel.
Zane's kind of cocky about it, and I like Jake's passion, so I might change my vote out of spite.
Okay.
But no, I'm going with my head. I think I'm going to go chaotic neutral.
Passionate argument. How can he be neutral? He's a baby. He literally has no other conception of anything other than himself.
Including
so
nothing
he's selfish.
Selfish means more about yourself than something else.
Yes,
which is
so
like,
he is more
you're dividing by 0. He doesn't have any frame of reference or awareness of it, so he can't be deliberately or in any free will or choice way choosing to be, which is what selfish is to an extent in definition.
If we're gonna put logic into like mathematical terms, the idea of more or greater than is not a division, it's literally just what is more and less. So if his perception,
my point is not that you're doing the math of division. It's 0. That you get an indeterminate thing. It's nonsensical.
You don't. If someone only cares about themselves because they aren't capable of caring of anyone else, do they care about anyone else or do they care about themselves?
Then you're not using the definition of selfish. They're aware of themselves and only themselves. Sure.
If they're even self-aware as a baby. I think we're missing a big part of evil here, and I think
it's the deliberate action against others. We went way too soft on our definition of evil by this point.
I think evil entails...
Selfish, lacking... Webster's dictionary, or Google's dictionary, whatever. Selfish. The first definition is lacking consideration of others, concerned chiefly with one's own personal profit or pleasure.
Right, but I think
Are they even that?
I
don't think so.
Yes, a baby is absolutely lacking consideration for others and concerned chiefly with their own personal...
Are they concerned with themselves, or are they entirely acting on nothing and no thought and just fucking instinct as a baby?
They're concerned on themselves. If you flick a baby in the foot or whatever and it feels pain, it cries because it's concerned with itself and the fact that it feels pain.
It says it hurts. It's not acting in its own well-being. It's not acting for itself over others.
To the best of its ability, it is. Yes.
I don't know, dude. I think if you try and argue that as a definition of evil to anyone, anywhere, they're going to say you're wrong, whether or not they make an argument against it. And many will, and they'd be good arguments. I cannot get on board with that definition. Steve can outvote me for where we sort him.
We have a predetermined idea of what our scale is, right?
But given that it's a stupid-ass scale, I've elected to ignore it.
I think...
Start the episode over, delete it.
I think...
Steve, decide, because I'm not changing my opinion.
Yeah,
I think is either.
You're stuck between a cock and a hard space.
I think... I understand what you're saying, Jake, as far as the definition of the word selfish.
That's very, a bad thing to start with.
I know. I think a big part of evil if we're going to be using the word evil, is the willingness to to use malice, to act on malice. And I don't know if babies are necessarily capable of malice. Or if maybe babies are, I don't know if Jack is specifically.
Alright, so babies, we're talking about this. They've done
well, let's talk about Jack.
They've done, okay, wait, just real quick. They've done psychology experiments where you put babies and they show video, like you have the baby choose something, a toy or a snack or anything like that. And then you show videos to the baby that's watching of other babies, and they either choose the same toy / snack or a different one. And then good things or bad things happen to them. And the baby that this studies around, or what, like the test subject, will laugh at bad things happening to people that chose different snacks and toys. This was AP Psych. Like we did a whole experiment, like watched the whole videos of this. They will laugh at things that people are their out group. And if people who chose like them, they will be saddened if bad things happen to them and will be happy if good things happen to them. And vice versa if people chose other than them and like different toys or whatever, or out group. So babies are absolutely capable of malice upon outsiders and people that aren't themselves.
Jake is really cashing in on that magnanimity. That word that I know.
Yeah. And pronounced it really well that time.
Thank you. Yeah.
Not to flatter you.
I'm sorry, Jake.
We'll go
I think you're outvoted on this one, yeah.
Or not chaotic neutral. Yeah, chaotic neutral. That's cool. I'm down. Hamza will comment on the YouTube video and say Jake was so right.
Yeah, dude, the fans are gonna rush to your defense on this one. I hope you know that Zane and I are getting canceled over this.
I hope so. I'll start a podcast, a single fella with the guest of a couple of fellas.
The Baby Haters podcast.
Babies are evil.
Yeah, babies are evil are us. Okay. Dash.
Probably a little easier.
Chaotic evil? Or chaotic evil?
I think,
I don't think you can say good. He pulls pranks on his teacher by like putting thumbtacks on the seat. That's just
Kid's funny.
The most evil thing you could ever do. That's like putting a Lego under a barefoot person's foot right as they're about to step down. Pretty terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty fucked to put tacks on people's chairs and use your superpowers to get away with it.
They didn't even see me on camera.
Yeah. I might go neutral evil. Nah. He really doesn't
I think he's
like
very
rules,
much anti-rules.
Yeah.
No, he does not like rules.
On a technicality, I kind of like chaotic evil for Dash.
What is technical about this?
Yeah. It's just that he doesn't fit with everyone else there. And I'm fine with it.
That's fine. Throw him in.
Throw him in. Are we saying chaotic evil?
Wait. What does Zane have to say? Zane
Zane,
do you want
to weigh in on this?
I think he's not quite that bad. Evil, I don't agree.
More
chaotic
evil than Jack?
I would say chaotic neutral. I'd say they're in a similar vein. Jack grown up, I could see having the same attitudes as Dash.
Here's the thing, though.
But when you grow up, your alignment can change.
Yeah, this Jack grown up no longer has the baby defense.
Yeah, that's true. But also, he will hopefully be more in control of his powers and not causing problems and chaos and shit. And, like, he also won't be a baby, so Jake's he's evil point will not be weighing him down.
Well, it didn't weigh him down before. That
20.
point was defeated.
Well, not to everyone, but anyway.
Yeah, not to your listeners, just to you two.
Yeah, exactly. Just to the tyrants who run the channel.
All babies have a charisma of 20 and are chaotically evil in nature. That's just a fact of life.
It's just how it is. Jake, do you think you're sticking with chaotic evil on this one?
Throw him in.
Throw him in? Alright, I'm with you on this one. He's going in with Sidon Syndrome, dude. Alright. And the last one from The Incredibles, not nearly as main of a character as the rest of the family in Frozone. And I don't remember her name, but the hot chick with white hair who seduces Bob back into the fray of superhero-dom.
And talks about the volcanic soil and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, what's her
Seductively.
face? I'm gonna Google volcanic bitch.
Incredible volcanic bitch. That'll find her.
Syndrome's assistant.
Yeah. I think
Mirage.
Mirage, that's
the name. Well done.
I'm thinking...
She does help him out at the end. So if you assume that she goes along with Syndrome for the longest time being evil, right? We say what Syndrome is chaotic evil. I think you could almost put her in chaotic good. Definitely chaotic neutral. Maybe chaotic good. Because if she starts off in like just indoctrinated by Syndrome or whatever and going along with his wants, and then the second she meets a victim, like the first time we're given her interaction with the victim of Syndrome's plans, she starts to side with them. She frees them. She helps the family escape. You know?
Yeah. She's kind of true neutral. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
I mean, where were
I
you
would
putting
definitely
her?
say
Sorry.
chaotic. I would definitely put her in chaotic over neutral. So maybe chaotic neutral, and I don't know. What laws does she follow?
The laws
Murder
of who's in
families.
charge of her, I guess. Like she's willing to follow Syndrome's orders to the point where she doesn't even really have a full understanding of his plans. Clearly, because once she kind of figures out what the heck is going on, she's flipping sides.
But there's also a big suggestion of the whole fact that they found Gazer Beam dead, and that there's a bunch of other supervillains that are superheroes that are missing. You know, when he sneaks in and logs into the supercomputer and types in all their names, and then he gets shot with the big black balls or whatever it is. That he finds out that they're all dead and missing.
Right.
And I feel like she would have had to have participated in those to some extent, and maybe it was her attraction to Mr. Incredible that made her empathize with them. Or sympathize with them.
Yeah.
Whatever thighs it was.
Yeah. And boy, does she got some skinny little thighs. So you're saying chaotic neutral for her?
I'm saying chaotic. And neutral or good. I wouldn't say evil. I guess neutral, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be convinced. Honestly, I'm like, I could be convinced multiple different ways here.
I'm definitely thinking neither good nor evil. She's somewhere in the, like, vertically middle row.
Okay. How do you feel about the Zane?
I'm having a hard time pinning it down. I honestly want to say lawful evil.
How does Freya feel about this?
Wait a sec.
She's in the other room.
I don't hate lawful evil.
Bro, I've been calling him fucking bullseye tonight.
She does turn good eventually, is the thing. She does help out.
Yeah, that could be a turn of lawful,
You
but
also
it is a
have
hint
to
of
spite-
good. You're right.
You literally have to just disagree with Zane after what he just said. Just after out of spite, whatever it is, just so you can't agree with
Why?
him.
If I'm making good arguments, don't we want to talk about
I've
meritocracy?
called him bullseye over
Yeah.
her.
I've agreed
I'm from
once
Texas.
or twice
Me
when
and
you
my
made good
pea
arguments,
shooter.
and I was open about that and changed my position, and I wasn't butthurt. And then otherwise, I feel I've made good points, and I stand by my decisions, which
I
many
will
of the
admit-
characters have ended up in the same bucket.
I will admit I am not unbiased from the Jack results. I am very anti-Zane.
I'm a partisan hack and I'm proud.
We're supposed to be the experts here, Yami Yubi, which is definitely what your Discord name says.
Oh, my Discord name is absolutely Yami Yumi.
Yes, it is.
Because that's who I am in my soul. I'm an archer.
Anyway, yeah, I think I might put her in lawful evil.
I just don't feel good about putting her in evil.
A lawful evil is not at all where I put her.
Selfish, right? If it's selfish as the main metric.
So
and
now
for
we
adults,
wanna call
yeah.
selfish and not
The
give
entire
it-
time I said not babies and then adults. I even tried to use math to get your actuary brain to get it.
No, your math. You said you pointed out that I was not doing the math wrong.
I said
Because
if you
was doing
divide
it
by
right.
0, you get
Which is literally okay. Never
Which
mind.
is
We're not coming back.
infinity.
And
into
that's
this.
like trying to
Wait, we
apply
have
a selfish
90
evil
minutes.
theorem
Let's
to
get back
babies.
into this.
We're almost there. We got 2 minutes left. We're gonna finish sorting Mirage,
Okay.
and we're gonna like it.
What if I split
Mirage.
her picture in half?
Okay, Mirage.
Yeah, I vote
bad
for that.
Bitch, so she's automatically good.
Facts.
And she's definitely chaotic.
Which makes her
Who else?
definitely lawful.
Just
Lawful
throwing this
good,
out there.
baby.
No, if you're lawful, you don't dye your hair platinum blonde. Just throwing that out there. That's a fact of life.
I like the
No
lawful
lawful
because
individual has ever dyed their hair platinum blonde.
she was
I'm
the
sorry,
business
YouTubers that
side.
like
She
that
was the
shit, by the way.
professional face. She was the face of the operation, the not psycho. He's the chaotic evil syndrome. She was the lawful, rule-following T-Cross and I-Daughter that kept the shit moving. I think it took her on the opposite end of the spectrum from him to keep their definitely evil operation in motion.
So opposite end of the. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So she's all the way
Um,
bottom left because stays in the evil column. She running that evil. She put herself like in these
But the thing
positions
is
so she takes advantage of people for her own gain. But
she
she follows the
so
rules
many different things. She frees the Incredibles, though. She goes against every rule that Syndrome has
Exactly.
ever had in their organization. She frees them.
That's very true,
She's the
but we're
one who,
taking
like-
it as sum of time, right? Like most
Right,
of the time
so-
we know her, she's a baddie.
So okay, so evil, so chaotic evil.
But she does what is right. Lawful. I could argue that that turn of faith
Lawful is
isn't
not
her
what is-
being good. It's her doing
Lawful
what is
not
right.
What is right. Lawful does not mean what is right. There
You're
are
right.
plenty of laws
Law
out there
is not
that are wrong.
justice. But I think
No.
in the idealistic sense of how this alignment chart works, I think it's pretty close. It's a decent approximation. More than good.
Well, how? So then, how come you can have
Well-
lawful evil characters? If lawful is justice, how do you have lawful?
Yeah.
Law is just by preordained notions of what to do. And what not to do.
Preordained,
Like
I think, is closer to good, but I know what you're saying, yeah.
preordained. What? Like preordained of what I should do?
Ordained has
like, a
too
serial
religious a
killer is
connotation.
preordained. Like
Too
okay, so
religious.
serial
That makes
killer,
it sound like good. Like it's set down on mighty decree.
There are. I would say there are lawful evil serial killers, right? Like serial killers are like I only
Yeah.
will attack people who are X Y Z. I'm not even
Are you
talking
trying
about,
not to describe the plot of Dexter while describing the plot of Dexter?
No, I was literally about to say not even like Dexter, who will be like, oh, I will only kill evil people, but like lawful serial killers who, even if it's solely for the fact that they do not get caught, they follow certain things. I guess that's also a very
No.
Dexter thing, but Dexter has a moral component where he only goes after evil people.
No,
So,
that's
like,
fair. That's
De-
fair.
Dexter's lawful, like the lawful component of Dexter is the like. I think there are people who could be considered lawful just for having the idea of a kill room. You know, like just like, oh, this is how I do it, so I don't get caught, and I follow these rules. And even if I really want to kill someone who doesn't match the conditions of I can get away with it, I won't. So I don't think lawful can be. I don't even know why I got on this tangent. So we're gonna
Is
end
she
that
neutral
one.
evil then? Evil able to sway either way, but like generally just kind of self-centered and following what is the clear open path to like wealth?
I'm down for chaotic neutral or neutral. I think because I think her helping the Incredibles is not helping herself at all. She is literally putting herself on the line.
Yeah, yeah.
Her boss, who has killed people and she knows has killed people, assumingly, well, she's going against him and
fuck.
violating his.
I
thing.
played
So she's
myself.
Definitely. Not.
I was going to
Whatever.
say just for one moment, and we're taking the average, but then the
Yep.
speech from Deadpool 2 where Colossus says, 1 moment, or first Deadpool, 1 moment is all it takes to be a hero.
I rolled a
Fuck.
15.
Dude.
So
Yeah, you just
on a
won your
D20.
persuasion check. Colossus
Yep.
helped, but
15 on the D20. There you go.
if I hadn't seen Deadpool about 8 times and have that dialogue seared into my brain, you might not have won this argument, but I'm with you now.
It was all part of my plan all along.
Alright, so true neutral.
Sure.
True nooch.
True Nooch,
Nooch.
baby. That's the name of the episode. True Nooch, Part 1.
We gotta get some good quotes in there. Just like start saying some things that sound kind of quotable for sound bits at the beginning.
How about True Nooch?
Uh,
True news?
butter
That's
my
just
backside and call me a
babush.
biscuit. Sorry,
Butter
Jake,
my
I stepped on
backside
the
and
perfect
call me
line.
True Nooch.
Honestly, Steve, you look like a broken can of biscuits right
Jesus.
now.
Sorry. Every once in a while, the pin that holds the back of my chair up falls out and creates a loud noise. It'll be on the recording. And so, like, the combination of a really loud snapping noise and me falling backwards.
And a really sick burn from Jake.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
I was in too much shock to even hear it. I'll have to check it
My
out
camera's falling over.
when I'm
My
editing.
camera has decided it can't do it tonight anymore.
Yeah, the wheels are falling off. We'll call it here. We've made more than halfway through this list, so I might have to add some more Pixar characters. I don't have anybody from Inside Out on here.
Can you? I know it's okay. I don't know Inside Out at all, but
Add the
let me
Inside
know. I
Out
can watch it
feelings.
before our next thing.
Yeah.
Could you potentially put Chicken Joe on there, even though he might not be a Pixar character?
I'm willing to do 3D animated Disney characters if it's true to my heart. Any other
But not
requests for
2D.
characters?
And
No,
not 4D
2D.
either.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to taste them. Zane, any requests for characters while we're at it?
Nah, I think that the feelings from Inside Out would be cool, but beyond that, do you?
Okay, gotcha.
Wait, have you guys seen Inside Out?
Nope,
Yes.
but I think that we can make judgments.
I've seen it.
Okay, so I have not seen it, but I guess Zane, we'll both watch it on your Disney Plus. Oh, wait, it's Pixar. Never mind.
Yeah, there's your homework for the next episode.
Just what I
It's a good one. It's a good
you
movie.
guys, just while we're on here, and I have you guys failed your homework from the last episode. You said before I was on again, you would get me a sweatshirt and merch. Here we are.
Nope. All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye, take care, fellas. A couple of them.
You were both chaotic evil because you're fucking me over.
Peace out, everyone.
Everyone have a fantastic night. Please remember to put lotion on if you have some dry skin. Drink some water. And remember that chicken is the best meat. Good night. It's not. Steak is.